Well, hello. My name is Jose Ramon Arias from Mexico City, and I am going to show you how to record and edit automation in Pro Tools 11. First of all, the record modes. You go to the mix window, and then over here you have the different automation modes that you can use. The first one is off, that it means that you can't record and you can't read the automation. Then you have read, that it is only for reading the automation that you have already recorded. And the other three are the modes for recording. The first one, touch, is to record automation only when you are moving some parameter. For example, I start the playback, and if I grab the fader and move it, and then I release it, and it returns to the previous parameters. As you can see here, you can see the automation here in the different view options. If you have a waveform, you don't see the automation, but if you choose volume, for example, in this case, you can see the automation wrote only when I was grabbing the fader, but when I release it, it returns to the previous automation data. And now the latch mode. I put play, and then I move the fader, I release it, it stays there. I move the fader, I release it, and it stays there. As you can see, the latch mode, when you release the parameter, it continues to write in the level that you left it. And then the write mode. The write mode, it starts to write automation when you put play, and it writes automation, all types of automation, volume and panning, and the parameters of the effects, and it only stops when you play stop, as you see, and it overwrites everything that was before. Now you have two options to edit the automation data. The first one is the pencil, that is over here, that you have some options. For example, the freehand, that you can write automation in the form that you want, and it writes. But if you want something more precise, for example a line, you can choose here and then create, for example, a fader, a fade out, or a fade in, for example. Also, with the grabber, you can edit automation by clicking and creating breakpoints that then you can move. You can create all the breakpoints that you want, and you can move it however you want. And if you want to erase a breakpoint, you use Option, click. Now, for example, here you can only automate the volume, mute, pan left, and pan right. But for example, if you want to automate some parameter of an effect, for example, let's here, I'm going to insert a reverb, for example, the reverb, and then over here you have the options for automation. You click here, and then you can choose what you want to automate. For example, if you want to automate the mix of the reverb, you add here, okay, and then if you go here, as you can see, you can automate the mix level of the reverb. Now, if I, for example, choose latch, and I open this, and I start I can change the mix. It stays there. I move it again. It stays there. I release it, and then, as you can see here, the automation data of the mix is also recorded. Now this is the way that you record data in Pro Tools 11 and you edit it. Ah, I forgot, sorry. If you want to erase the automation data, you can, as I said, you can use option click with the grabber, or also with the selector tool, you select what you want to erase, edit, and clear. I hope that this was useful, and thanks very much for the review. Goodbye.